I know I'm a day late, but let's go ahead and talk about my Summerween TBR. There are 5 prompts, so I do have 5 books here, but I can very easily double dip with many of these books, just in case I'm not able to read 5 books this week, which is very likely. The first prompt is to read a book in the dark, and I'm going to read Thrum by Meg Smitherman. The easiest way for me to read in the dark is going to be on my e-reader, so that's why I chose this. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and I've been wanting to read something by Meg Smitherman for a while, so it was kind of a no-brainer. The second prompt is just to read a thriller or a horror book, so I could really read any of these books, and I would end up fulfilling this prompt. I would really love to get to The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, so I'm putting it here for this prompt in hopes that I can get to it this week. Surprisingly, I had a lot of trouble coming up with a book for this third prompt, which is to read a book with a sky on the cover. I'm going to go ahead and go with The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, but I really think I'm pushing it here. But there is kind of technically a sky in this cover. The fourth prompt is to pick a book that you've owned for more than a year. I'm going to go ahead and choose The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I've probably owned this book for over 5 years now, so I think it's finally time that I get to it. I also managed to snag an audiobook for this from the library, so maybe I can even do a whole immersive reading situation here. The last prompt is to read a novella, manga, or spooky audiobook. For this prompt, I have 19 Claws and a Blackbird by Agustina Basterica. This isn't technically a novella, I guess. It's short stories, but it is only 154 pages, so I am going to count it. But if you are being very particular, Thrum is also a novella. I've also owned this book for over a year, so I could also read this to cover that prompt in case I don't end up getting to The Death of Mrs. Westaway, which, by the way, in case you forgot, I also have an audiobook for The Death of Mrs. Westaway. So if I end up listening to The Death of Mrs. Westaway, immersive or not, I could also count it for this prompt here. See, lots of double dipping. This TBR is not concrete, but I will also never have a TBR that's concrete. I might not end up reading some of these books. I might end up reading something else. It's not even on this TBR, but that's okay because I think the point is just to have a fun, spooky time. And if you're participating in Summerween, I hope that you have a very fun and spooky time.